Hey everyone, good morning, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to Solo Bro, and today we are out on a local walk today. Need to try and build up my stamina and my fitness for the summer. Not really done many walks at all since about October probably, so now that the summer's approaching, you wouldn't know it by today's weather mind you, -2, icy, freezing, but hey ho. The summer is just around the corner, so we need to start walking, cycling, all that kind of stuff, just so we're a wee bit fitter for the summer. So I'm just going to take on one of my local walks today, just along the cliffs. Not been here for a couple of months actually, so it'll be nice to just come back and see what's happening. A lot of icicles hanging off the cliffs today because it's so cold. Lots of snow inland. But again, being the coast, we don't tend to get much snow here at all. So let's walk along the cliffs and see what we can see today. So lucky to stay in a place like Arbroath, folks. It's just, you know, it's like a lot of people moan about it, but it's just so nice. There's so much close at hand, lots of nice walks. My house is just in there somewhere. You know what I mean? There's far worse places to live, and you've got this on your doorstep. You know what I mean? It's people that moan are just, I don't know, I haven't got a clue really ever. Look at that, beautiful. See all these TikTok videos, how people are going. Now today I am wearing, so folks, today I am wearing 2 t-shirts, can't think where they're from. I've got my turquoisey colour bluefish jumper on today, jacket by Craig Hopper, which is really going in the bin soon because I've had it so long. A hat by a cheap shop in Edsall, and fingerless gloves by probably Home Bargains, and walking boots by Carrymore, I think, and manky old tracky bottoms by, is it Adidas? I don't know. Oh no, it's cheap Lonsdale, so that'll be Soccer Sport. So that's what I'm wearing. Oh, and glasses by that shop in Edinburgh and Aberdeen. I forget its name. It's a sports shop. So the sea is actually really calm today. Normally when you come down here, it's very, very choppy. But today, not so choppy. Choppy. Choppy, is that a Scottish word? Choppy. Choppy. Rough. No, I think choppy's an all-round word, I think. Yeah. So I think there's 2 people walking behind me. One guy ran past me, but you normally see a few people on this walk. As usual, when you're walking down the cliffs, you always keep an eye out for dolphins. I have seen them here before. I don't know if it's too cold for dolphins, I don't know. They've got to swim somewhere, so I suppose they'll still be here somewhere in the sea. And there's a killer whale. There's a humpback whale being seen across near Kinghorn. There's another humpback whale being spotted, folks, so that's good. It's gonna be whale spotting season once again. So a lot of the puddles have frozen over. Take my weight. Yep. That guy fishing, not a care in the world, just sitting there, quite happy. Probably very cold, but happy. So it looks like a bit icy to go down there today. Yeah, the path's iced up a bit. So if you've not been along here before, you can actually go onto the Arbroath Cliff Trail website or Facebook page even, and there's a map, a really good map actually. It tells you about all the places to see en route, like this place here. I'm terrible, I forget all the names. I think this is the Mermaid's Kirk up here. A lot of people go swimming here in the summer, and there's a big long, like kind of secret tunnel thing that goes all the way along here. Not been in it yet, but maybe this summer, could be this summer. You're just in here. This all fills up with water and the tide comes in the summer, and it's usually like a blue lagoon. It's absolutely stunning, but today obviously it's because it's winter, it's maybe not so. But the tunnel thing's down there, the big passageway, Mermaid's Kirk I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's been years since I've been down there. This is the home of thousands of seagulls normally in this little bay. Always got to be careful walking on these cliffs because I'm actually on the path that's banned. This is the eroded path. So just be careful when you're walking here, folks, because some of the paths are quite eroded. There's some fellow hikers there. I think is that the blowhole? I can't remember, folks. Terrible. I've been down here for hundreds of times, and I still can't remember the names of these places. But one of them's a blowhole, although the water comes through when it's rough. There's loads of places you can go and just sit and chill. If you want to walk the kind of deathly path down to the end, you can sit down there in the summer. See, a lot of people walk down there and stand on there and get pictures taken, but it's so dangerous. So dangerous because it's slippy and there's a massive drop down into the gully. But that's what we'll do for the Instagram pictures. I'm not quite as daring. Right, on we go. The sun's gone behind the clouds now, so it's got even colder. Very, very cold. If you keep on the move, you're fine. But yeah, it was nice and not cosy, but nice when the sun's out. Right, here's some icy patches. Let's try and manoeuvre past these. Talk you through some of my favourite benches. How sad's that, eh? Favourite benches. But this one here, in the summer, in the late evening, sit here, you get some fantastic sunsets. And this is a good area for sitting and watching the seas for dolphins, because you can see all the way over there. And all the way down there. And a view of Dickmont Den, which is this bit here. And again, in the summer, this is just turquoise blue water. And there's another cave passage in there. Is that the Mermaid's Kirk maybe inside there? I'd really need to study this. So as I said, really calm today. There's another cave, that's the Piper's Cave down there, which takes into all the little passageways and things under that big bit of cliff. And here's another bench, which is nice to sit on and admire the view. There we go, there's the view from this bench. Very nice. So you can get down there, but look at the very steep path. Very steep. Seen loads of people going down there, falling and struggling to get back up. So not worth the effort. A lot of people coming in canoes and kayaks into here, stop and then go and get into the Piper's Cave. That's the easiest way to do it. So down here, in that little bit there, which you can get to at low tide, you can walk around, is the famous Gorilla Cave. Google Gorilla Cave or put it on YouTube, you'll see what I mean. There's a wee house cave in there with a door and a settee in it. And nobody knows where it came from. So behind me there, that's one of the most famous sites on this walk, the Deal's Head. Looks really small there, but it's massive. We'll try and get down to it if it's not too icy, but people do sometimes climb that with the ropes and get to the top. But it's yeah, it's the most famous site here on the actual cliff walk. And behind me there, got lots of hidden caves and things in there as well, which you can get to by boat, or if you contact Campbell on his Arbroath Cliff tours, he'll take you there on his canoes and things. Maybe do that in the summer. Been seeing that town for years, but still not done it. So I come and sit sometimes down here in the summer on this little end bit here. And the views of the Deal's Head on one side and the cliffs on the other side. See, it's like the narrow path and the big drop down there, folks. So this is the hardest part to cycle this, because it's so narrow. And especially if somebody comes, it's not the easiest. It is getting narrower and narrower with this erosion. So if you want to go down, just go down here, folks. This is the easiest way, and then down to the Deal's Head. I'm not going to go today because it's a bit slippy, so don't want to fall in. That's the best way to get down to it. You get another good view from the top here of the Deal's Head. Yes, look at that. The main path goes along that way. I'm following this little cliff path. Sorry about the colour in that today, folks. It's quite a funny kind of conditions to film in. It's kind of darkish, so not getting the best quality of light, unfortunately. Another nice view from up here. I'm going to do a bit of a wide angle just so it looks a bit better. So I think there's a cave under there as well you can go in. Again, another one I've never done. So the cliff path goes all the way along there, and that goes into Arbroath. You can walk the whole thing if you want to. It's a bit erosion-y is another new word for you, erosion-y in parts, and parts of it have been closed, but you can still go along. That takes you out on Arbroath. So I've done it a couple of times. I've got the bus to Arbroath and then just walked all the way back to Arbroath. It's a really nice walk, especially in the summer. So yeah, here we are beside the Deal's Head, which looks really small from this angle. Right, let's keep going to the next bit, which is the bay and the castle gate. More little path you can go down right to the end, but again today, too big a drops down the side. There's the cave right under here. So it's hard to see from this angle. This way you need a drone. You can actually go down there and just lie there, folks, and look over. It's really scary. Another beautiful little bay. When the sun's out in the summer and this is all blue, this always reminds me of Greece, just the way it looks. Yeah, so if the sun came back out again, folks, that would be turquoisey blue, I think, today. So that's where the path is officially shut here. You can walk along there, it joins up to the Arbroath path, or you can go the exciting way down along the beach, then up some stairs via the caves. And this is the sculpture, the Lord of the Dance sculpture, or these notes, if you put them all together, will spell the Lord of the Dance, not spell, but play the Lord of the Dance. That's that dance, dance, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the Dance, said he. I'll lead you all, wherever you may be. I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. I think that's the words. And there's the beautiful Castle Hoch Bay called the Flares. The Flares. Right over there you've got the dark cave, which goes all the way through to the next bay, and the light cave. This always reminds me of lockdown. I think I've said that in my videos before. One of my lockdown walks, this was. I used to come along in your isolation days with my flask and just sit along there, over here somewhere on a bench, and just contemplate the world, and if you were ever going to see anybody again. Back in those days, well, it's a couple of years, wasn't it? There's the castle gate, which you've seen in my videos before. All the water comes through here. When it's rough, it's awesome. Big waves come through there and soak you. You can actually see the kind of bits where the water comes up to. So I was going to bring my flask with me, but I left it in the car, but I wish I'd bought it now and just gone back down and sat there and had a coffee. But hey, it won't be too cold. But yeah, look at this beautiful bay, folks. I think it's Castle Hugh or Castle Hoch Bay, and then that's just called locally as the Flares. You're just standing there contemplating whether to go down these stairs or not. Fine going down, it's just a coming up, folks. Especially in an unfit state like me, but let's force ourselves to go down onto the bay. Right, let's go down to the castle gate and then walk along a bit along the beach. It's a beautiful setting, this, folks, isn't it? A lot of people camp down here. See a couple of campfires. Very popular place to camp. So the one benefit of the tide being out is you can actually walk under the arch. the ocean's edge. As I said, when you come down here, when you've got the massive waves, come up to right here, they're huge. So we've got some frozen sand today as well. Yeah, it's quite hard. So we're back onto the bay. Very, very calm. Shh, listen. Silence. Is anybody from Oakley's watching that can sponsor me a new pair of specs, please? I bought some new specs for the summer from that sports shop I was going on about. What's it called? Decathlon in Aberdeen last week. So I got 2 pairs for £30, and they look just like Oakley's. Not like this one. They're like proper sunglasses. But these ones are always handy because they keep the wind out. And if you're walking about in forests, you get all these branches in your eyes. And for cycling, they're perfect for cycling as well. But I think, yeah, I need a new pair of walking about glasses. So Oakley's, yeah, we'll be comment in the comments. I'll quite happily send you my address. Yeah, no problem. Are you Robin? Right, look, my lockdown bench has been rescued. This was covered in pebbles last time. That's where I used to sit at lockdown, folks. This little bay in front of me. It's going to pay to visit. See, I should have brought my flask. I knew it. Right, I didn't go along to the caves. It's still a bit slippy. I think it's actually people over there by the caves. It's a bit seaweedy and a bit ice. Oh, a bit slippy like that. So yeah, I'll not risk it today, folks. Wait till the summer. I've been there a few times before, obviously, but it's always nice to go back. But yeah, I think there's a crowd of people up there exploring today. So I'm just going to head back now up those blooming stairs and walk back to the car for a coffee and a sarnie, and then on to the next bit of the day. I got my chores done early this morning. I really need to go and see about getting a new car, but you just can't be asked. I've got to I think my MOT runs out the 1st of February, but my car, that contract thing runs out 19th of February, I think. But just another expense, isn't it? Hey ho, never mind. So maybe go past the garage on the way to maybe Ferry Den or Montrose or something, and we'll check out some cars. We'll check them out. Well, as you can see, folks, it's not that long a walk. It's only 2 1/4 miles to Arbroath, 2.5 to Auchmithi, and 1/2 to Seaton Den. So it's not long. Right, made it up those stairs with the breathing technique. Yeah, when I went to boot camp, they always said when you run, don't breathe in, breathe out. So breathe in through your nose and blow like that out your mouth, and it's a lot easier. So I tried that coming up the stairs and it worked. So look a bit stupid, but you don't get out of breath, so it's good. It worked, so it wasn't too bad. Look at that little beach. Isn't that beautiful? There's a thumbnail. Hang on. Right. So over behind me is all the strawberry. Is it a plantation? Where they grow all the strawberries and raspberries in the winter, in the summer. Thousands and thousands, and you normally get loads of berry pickers coming here from all over Europe. But since the new Brexit laws, they've actually found it quite difficult to get people here. I think this year last year, a lot of Bulgarians and Romanians were here. Used to be the Polish were here all the time, but they've kind of gone elsewhere now. So it's mostly Romanians and Bulgarians, but it's quite scary in the summer when you do come across, because when you walk down the high street, you don't hear any Scottish voices. What you hear is that a Bulgarian accent, so it's the Romanians, Lithuanians. So yeah, we'll see what happens this summer. If the bee's open again following me, I'll sit on this chair and see if it comes, because the robins are so tame. So I've got two of them here just hopping in front of me, showing me the way. Where's he going? So down there, folks, is the tombstone where they actually dive. See that stone there? That's where they dive off. That one right in the middle. That one. They do backflips and everything into the water when it's deep. Summertime. It's good to come and watch, actually. Right, back in the car. I'm going to try and thaw out, folks. Nose is dripping. Coffee and a bit of a sandwich. And then we're going to head down to Montrose via the car garage and see what we can find. But let me eat my sandwich first, 'cause I'm starving.